Welcome all of you. So today we are going to perform the program of microcontroller lab of MPMC lab. So this program is about to write a program in 8051 to interface with LCD display. So in this program we are going to display the numbers on LCD screen using HSIM51 software. So as you can see, this is a HSIM51 software. This is a editor window where we are going to write a program for 8051 to display the numbers on LCD. So if you see here, these are the LCD displays where the numbers will be displayed. And this is the area, this for the RAM, where we are going to give the input in data memory and where we are going to check the output. So here we are going to write a program to display the numbers on LCD screen. So for LCD screen, this is the circuit. This is a 8051 IC. In 8051 IC, we are having a 4 ports, P0, P1, P2 and P3. And these are the 4 LCD displays where we are going to display the numbers. So we are going to give the input at the port number 1 from pin number 0 to 7. If we see P1.0 to P1.7 are the inputs of port number 1 which are reserved to give the inputs. So if we can see here, we are using common anode method. So this means, so if any pin is 1, there is a logic 1 at any pin. So this means that pin will be considered as a off. The reason is we are considering here a common anode method. To turn on this LED, this cathode should be a logic 0. So if we are displaying 0 here, this means that particular LED will turn on and accordingly the number will be displayed on LCD screen. So the pin number 0 to pin number 7 of port 1 is reserved to give the inputs. And for these 4 LCDs are selected by these address pins A0 and A1 of this decoder pin. A0 and A1 selects which of the LCD will be used and the number will be displayed. That number will be decided by the pin 0 to pin 7 of the port number 1. So if we see, if address pins are 0, 0, LCD number 0 will turn on. If this is 0, 1, LCD number 1 will turn on for 1, 0 second LCD and third LCD if both the address pins are 1. CS means chip select. This we consider set. This will be at high state, so that this chip should be selected. This chip should be high state and its output will be connected to all the LCDs. And these address pins are connected to the pin number 3 and 4 of the port number 3. Whereas this chip select is connected to the pin number 7 of the port 0. Now we have to write a program to turn on these LCDs. For this we have to configure this address pins accordingly which LCD we are going to use. Then we are going to give the inputs at the pins of port number 1 and we are going to display the output on these LCDs. So if we see, I am going to explain you about its program. So this is the LCD display. Now basically what is the LCD? In LCDs we are going to use the LEDs. So these LEDs will display the numbers on LCD screen. So if we see, this is the LCD. LCD is having a number of LEDs from A to G. This represents the dot point which separates the one LCD from the another number. So if we are going to display the number 1 on the LCD, this LED number B and C will turn on. Whereas if we are going to display the number 2, if we see A, B, G, E, D will turn on and rest of the LEDs will turn off. Accordingly, whatever number we are going to display on the LCD, those LEDs will turn on, rest all will be off. As we have seen, these A0 and A1 pins are used to select the LCD. So if these pins are at 0, 0, which is pin number 3 and 4 of port number 3, if these are 0, 0, this means output will be displayed on LCD 0. If it is 0, 1, output will be displayed on LCD 1. If it is 1, 0, output will be displayed on LCD 2 and for 1, 1, output will be displayed on LCD 3. Chip select is used to set the chip. If it is 1, this means that chip is at high state and that chip is working. So now the thing is how we are going to display the numbers on LCD screen. as we know that we are going to use the 8 LEDs. So, and whatever number we are going to display, those LEDs will turn on, rest will be turned off. As we have seen, we are using a common anode method. For common anode, whenever these LEDs are 0, so this means it will display the number 0. My that pin will be at high state, and if my that pin will be at high state, my LEDs will turn on when the 0 is connected to the cathode, right. So, this means to make it at high state, these LEDs, we have to make it 0. So, if we see these table, these are the LEDs A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and DP is for dot point. Suppose we are going to display the number 0 on LCD. So, for this my LEDs A to F will be connected to the 0, whereas G and dot point will be 1. 0 is because we are using a common anode, and to make it at high we have to connect it to the 0. Now, we need to convert it into the hex code. So, hex code is what? That is a combination of 4 binary codes starting from the least significant bit. So, this is 1100, which is C, 0000 is 0, right. So, the hex code for this code is C0H. Similarly, if we are going to display the number 1, my these LEDs B and C will be connected to the 0, rest all will be connected to the 1, right. Hex code for this will be F, 1111, which is F, 1001 is 9. So, for hex code for this is F9H. Similarly, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. If you want to display the number 9, hex code is 90. So, all these hex codes are given. We need to put these hex code on all the pins of port number 1, right. So, to display these numbers. So, this is a program to display the number 0 on the LCD. If we see the starting address is given as 00H, means the program will be starting from the 00 memory location. Now, we know that the pin number 7 of port 0 is connected to the chip select, and we have to make this chip select at high state. To make it at high state, we need to use the set instruction. Set B is reserved for, that is a bit addressable instruction, which will make the pin number 7 of port 0 at high state, right. Similarly, if we are using LCD number 3, so this means the pin number 3 and 4 for port number 3 will be connected to the high state. That means we need to use the set B instruction. If we are going to use the LCD number 1 or LCD number 2, then we need to use the CLR instruction, which will make that particular pin of the port to the 0, right. Here we are using LCD number 3, so we are going to set both the pins of port number 3. Now, if we are going to display the number 0 on LCD, we have to make its hex code. We have to use its hex code. Hex code is what? We have studied C0H. So, here hash indicates the value, right? H indicates the hex code. So, hex code for this will be moved to the accumulator. From accumulator, we will be putting it to the port number 1, right? Similarly, we are going to display the number 1. So, now we know that the hex code for number 1 is what? F9H. So, we will be putting this F9H to the accumulator, then we will be putting this to the port number 1. Similarly, to display the number 2 on the LCD screen, right. So, we can display all the numbers from 0 to 9 using their hex code, and we have to move it to the port number. So, all of you, this is a EdSim software. In EdSim software, this is a, if we can see, this section, this is a program to display the number 0 on LCD screen. In a EdSim software, this part is for data memory, where the inputs are given and output is checked. So, we are giving the data here and we are checking the output here. So, in this program, we are going to display the number on LCD screen. So, we need to write a program here and we are going to check the output on LCD display. So, if you see, there are 4 LCD displays are there, where different numbers can be displayed. So, we can select any of the LCD and any number can be displayed. These are the LEDs of the given LCDs. In all the LCDs, 8 LEDs are used, right. So, in this program, as we have discussed, we are going to display the number 0. So, to display the number, first we need to select the chip select to 1. We will be set it to the 1. So this is a chip select. So for this we need to use a bit addressable instruction, which is set bit pin number 7 of port number 0, right. So then we have to select the address pins, which will select the LCD display. So for this, the pin number 3 and 4 of port number 3 will be set to 1, which will select the LCD number 3. So C0 is the hex code to display the number 0, which we have calculated in a slides, right. So hex code of any number can be given, accordingly that number will be displayed on the LCD screen. So this number we need to move it to the accumulator first. So from accumulator we will be putting this number to the P1 by using this move instruction, right. So this data instruction is used to move the data from directly, this value will be moved to the accumulator, from accumulator to the port 1, right. This hash indicates the value, which is the hex code to display the number 0, right. So when we run this code, we will be seeing the LEDs from 0 to 5 will be turned on, whereas the number 6 and 7 will be turned off. So this LED number 7 is for dot point, right. So dot point is also turned off. So if we see, the number 0 is displayed on the LCD number 3. So accordingly we can change the LCD number also, and we can change the number to be displayed on all the LCDs. So hope you have understood this program of EdSim. You have to use this EdSim software to simulate all other programs also of 8051. Thank you so much.